Yo, how's it going, everybody? Welcome into this video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my top 5 perks for when you play Survivor. These are the perks that I rate most highly out of all the perks for Survivor. So whether you're new to Dead by Daylight or you're looking for a maybe better perk suggestion build, then consider using these perks because these are definitely highly rated perks that I think you should start using. We're going to go over these one by one, showcasing you what they do and why I think you should get them. Before we jump right into the video, I do just want to say this. We are on a massive mission to hit 5,000 subscribers before the 1st of October. We are just under 2 weeks away and around 500 subscribers off. This is a massive mission and the challenge that I've set on the community. But if we do manage to hit 5,000 subscribers by October 1st, then I will do my very first ever YouTube live stream to celebrate. If you do enjoy this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It'd really mean a lot. Thank you. Okay, and this list isn't in any order, and at number 1, what I think is the best perk in the game is Iron Will. This perk is from Jake and is absolutely incredible. So with Iron Will, when I'm injured, I don't make any injury grunts or noises, and this is actually an absolute godsend of a perk because you won't believe the amount of times killers actually find you just because your character is making a lot of injury noises. Many killers will actually get quite confused in a chase because you won't be making any injury noises, and it's quite easy to lose you when you're playing the killer. And with this perk, it allows you to hide a lot easier if that's what you're into, get out of chases a bit easier. But in general, it's just a great perk all round because it actually allows you to play the game when you're injured. And I genuinely think that this perk is a must-have in pretty much everybody's build, no matter what skill level you are. Next up at number 2 is Claudette's perk, Empathy. Now, this is quite an interesting one because I thought long and hard about this, and I actually think that Empathy should be in the top 5 best perks in the game for Survivor. And a lot of you may get confused by this, but it's actually an incredibly useful and good perk. Now, the reason why I'm suggesting that you use Empathy is because it's a great perk that complements pretty much any build. And if you are somebody that likes to get healed a lot, this perk is a great alternative to stuff like self-care. You can use this perk as an information perk and see where the killer is and where your teammate is and where they're running. And so you can kind of move out of that direction in case you want to survive or aren't comfortable with the killer. So you want to be doing gens or something. So you know where the killer kind of is because you'll see the person running around like a madman and that person is getting chased by the killer usually. Not only this, but you can also see their yellow aura. And if they are injured, not only can you heal them, but if you're injured, you can also see any injured teammate and get a heal for yourself. It works out a lot better than stuff like self-care because with self-care, it takes a lot longer. You're going to find all these injured teammates, heal them, and then they're going to heal you at a much faster rate. If you've never tried out Empathy, give it a try. It's really good for information and getting heals, and it is a genuinely good team play perk as well. At number 3 are going to be what I call chase perks, and this is going to be anything from Dead Hard, Sprint Burst, Balanced Landing, or Life. I'm not going to choose one of them because they're all very good, and essentially it comes down to personal preference, and you should definitely be running at least one of these in your build. So whatever playstyle suits you the most, run any of these perks listed. Okay, first up we have Dead Hard, which is a David perk, and with Dead Hard you essentially dash forward using your action button and you ignore damage. So if you know the killer's right behind you and they start to swing, you can dash and ignore that swing. Not only this, you can also use Dead Hard as a distance perk so that when the killer is chasing you, or maybe they're quite far away, or you really need to get to that window or pallet or anything like that, you can just simply dash, get a nice little bit of extra distance, and then vault the window or pallet that you wasn't going to get to without Dead Hard. And next up we have Life, which is a Fang perk. And with Life, if you quick vault a pallet or a window, you basically run into a little sprint burst for a few seconds and you're very fast and gain quite a lot of distance. If you end up messing up and medium vaulting something, it can turn out to be not that bad because you get this massive sprint burst to get away. And so if you're not the best at looping, this can be a definite great perk for you. You can quick vault something and get so much distance because they're going to need to vault that or go around the wall. You can also mix Life with great other perks like Dance With Me or Quick and Quiet. And there's just many other perks that complement this, but it is a great perk on its own. Following up from this, we have Sprint Burst, which is a Meg perk. You can use Sprint Burst to get to much needed safe zones like pallets, windows, etc. 99 your exhaustion, which means that it's almost fully like depleted. And then when you see the killer or you need to get distance again, you can just stop for like 1 second and then get this massive Sprint Burst and get away. And you don't have to have a window or anything like that near you. And next up we have Nia's perk, Balanced Landing. Now I would probably put Balanced Landing at the bottom of these 4 perks, However, it is still a very, very good perk. With balanced landing, if you fall from a ledge or any height, once you land, you then get a sprint burst, which is really good. However, you need to know in chases, where can I get height to benefit from this perk? If you do have good map knowledge, then this perk can be very, very good. And next up, we have 2 perks that are for unhooking and what I want to call team play, and this is up to you which one you prefer, but they are just as good as each other and I highly rate them both. This is completely personal preference, but I advise you run one of these 2 perks listed. We have Bill's Borrowed Time or the general Will Make It. So a great reason to use Will Make It is that it's actually a general perk and you don't even need to get a teachable or level any certain survivor to get this. All of your survivors will have it in the Blood Web, which is fantastic if you're new to Dead by Daylight. So Borrowed Time is a very meta perk. You'll see a lot of players using this and it really does help your teammates out a heck of a lot. If I unhook a survivor in the killer's terror radius, that survivor gets essentially like a protection hit. If the killer hits them, they don't instantly go down. It gives them a timer at which they need to mend instead of instantly going down. So essentially it just stops tunneling and it can actually be a very, very good perk. I always tend to advise running at least one perk in your build that does help the team. But the reason why I rate Will Make It so much is that when I unhook a survivor, I get a 100% speed increase to healing all other teammates for up to 90 seconds for just one unhook. That is absolutely crazy. If I unhook a teammate, I can heal them very, very fast. But where this perk really shines is that 70 seconds later, I see an injured teammate. I still have this perk active and I can still heal them very, very fast. Sometimes killers will tunnel. If they are tunneling, use Borrowed Time. If they're not tunneling, Will Make It is very, very good. And at number 5, which I'm going to call the clutch perks. These are perks that are very, very good. You do see a heck of a lot. However, these perks are only a one-time usage, but they are a get out of jail card. They are very, very good perks. And the last 2 perks that I think are the best perks in the game are Meg's Adrenaline and Laurie's Decisive Strike. With Adrenaline, once the last generator is completed, you heal 1 health state and get a massive sprint burst for a few seconds. This can be so, so good if you are in a chase and your teammates are doing gens and you're injured, because you can heal and get away. Another reason why this perk is so good is that if you are actually in the dying state on the floor and the last generator gets completed, you revive yourself, you get up and you can run away. And also, if you are the last person and you're crawling around in the dying state and the killer closes the hatch, that also triggers Adrenaline and you can get up and run away. But if you like the idea of having a get out of jail card toward the end of the game, then definitely consider using that perk. And then we have Decisive Strike, which is again another get out of jail card. So if a killer decides to tunnel you, meaning that you've been hooked, you've came off the hook and they down you again, once they pick you up on the shoulder, you will be prompted with a skill check. And if you hit this skill check, use Decisive Strike to actually break free from the killer's grasp and get off their shoulder and run away. And you also stun the killer. This perk is really, really good if you're getting tunneled a lot. And this can also be a great perk toward the end of the game, because even if the killer doesn't mean to tunnel you, but they end up tunneling you, you do get a get out of jail card. If you know that you're definitely going to go down, if you jump in a locker, the killer will most likely grab you, forcing them to prompt Decisive Strike. Anywhere from like rank 20 to rank 8, I tend to find that killers like to tunnel quite a lot. So if you are in that rank bracket, then I would definitely consider using this perk, because I do find that a lot of killers tunnel at them levels. And there you have it. That is my top 5 perks for Survivor that you should definitely consider using. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to subscribe for more content from me. And also consider joining our Discord or following me on Twitch for the live streams. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.